Hi, David.
Hey Dennis, how are you? Great to see
Fine,
you.
thanks. How about you?
Doing well. Thanks for joining. I know it's a bit late for you.
Hello,
Hey Niels, welcome.
how's it going?
Doing well.
Oh, hey guys. Hey, Dennis. Nice that you joined.
Hey, Fabio.
Fabio, welcome.
Hi.
Right, welcome everyone to Flyte's Contributors Meetup. It's great to have you all here. So, yeah, regular reminders. The meeting's being recorded and will be posted to Flyte's YouTube channel. And as with every other communication channel for this project, it falls under Linux Foundation's Code of Conduct. Good. So let's get started. I'm sharing again here the link to the agenda notes. So far, seems like we are kind of short on agenda, so we can cut it early if it's needed. Right. Anyone joining for the first time? I don't think so. I think I know all of you. Cool. New RFCs. Oh yeah, one small thing that probably you will notice once you open up the agenda document. Now there's an archive for all meeting notes. It's right there, reference in the document in the community repo. So after every meeting, we'll be uploading, updating this archive file, and in the hackmd, you will only find notes for the last session, right? So we don't want to have this gigantic hackmd file that anyone can edit. It's still open for anyone to edit, but we're, let's say, preserving the archive on the repo. Cool. All right, new RFCs. I didn't see any net new RFC. The simplify retry behavior one, that wondering if we are in a good position to move this to final comment period, or what's the status here? What do you all think? Any objection to move this proposal to final comment period?
Yeah, I can speak a little bit. We've got general consensus here. I think there's a few minor problems, not minor problems, but just like the only issue I know, like Fabio and Dennis, you guys have been working fantastic tests on this and all that. I don't know if you saw this morning, I merged the interruptible behavior into the PR. Did this, started writing up unit tests, have it basically figured out. I think the only thing we need to decide on right now is if the flag for the retry cause, ignoring the retry cause, is set. we are using the interruptible failure threshold as a complementary number, which I know we had discussed. And so whether we just expose that as a separate configuration variable, or I had thought of like if it's negative, treating it a certain way. On my side, that's the only point of contention right now. Otherwise, I think this is fantastic. I think we can get it merged relatively soon once we come to some consensus on that.
If we introduce a new variable, it would do the same thing, just have a different name that's maybe more fitting for the interval, right? The negative number.
Yeah, I don't love introducing another variable. I didn't know if just making interruptible failure threshold -1 means the last one.
I think that's for me that's totally fine if it's documented. Dennis, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the same. Like as long as it's well documented, because so far, like for some of the values, it was sometimes a bit hard to figure it out. Like we then directly rather read the source code, but I guess like if it's well documented, all of it is fine.
Yeah, I don't think we need another variable.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't love another variable, so I think maybe I can play around with making that change, and I'm happy to move this to a final comment period, and probably merge shortly after, if that's agreeable.
Yeah, like for me that sounds very good too.
Perfect. And again, I just appreciate all the work you guys have been doing on this as shepherds of it. I think there's a lot of people that are going to be very happy.
We appreciate you being our champion here, because understand that in the beginning, that's an annoying RFC, right? Like we appreciate that you jumped on it and helped us push it through. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you all. Cool. Yeah, not new RFCs so far. I don't know if any other comment around RFCs.
Yeah, David, I have one quick one. For the eager mode RFC, the PR for that was merged. I do have a little follow-up PR with a bonus feature. But I think we can move this to, I don't know, whatever the next phase
You mean
is.
this proposal, right?
Yeah.
Well, the last status was implementation phase. So has anything changed or?
Yeah, so the PR is merged and the Flyte snacks example is up. So I think we can close that out.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, let me see what we have here. Probably we need a different status and close implemented or something like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because this won't cover like the whole kind of life cycle of implementation, but yeah, it's not clear when it really finished. So yeah, I'll make sure that we have a status for this one. And yeah, thank you again.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Great. All right. Cool. Around working groups updates. Well, right now the config overrides working group. Is there any update besides what we saw in the previous session?
I don't think there is. I think we need to take a decision at one point how we will treat this this RFC. There's this working document with the guys from LinkedIn. I think we should decide at one point whether that's what we're going to implement. Maybe we can ping Byron to join next time.
For sure. Right. Thank you, Fabio. Okay, any ideas in the incubator? Is there anything new there? I don't think so, right? Oh, there's more and more questions on the community, etc. Folks who probably don't mention this directly, but they want to have something like this GPU machine type selection.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I think that with enough comments here, probably it's time to consider creating an RFC out of this discussion. So any objection, any comment around this one?
No, I think this makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll loop in E, see like how we can proceed. Like, but yeah.
Cool. Let me add some notes here. Mm. To RFC. Cool.
I think what we would need for this RFC is an overview, how you select different GPU types on different cloud providers, whether it's with basically taints and node selectors on all cloud providers, because then there could be a mapping that we create in the platform config where the platform maintainers, they create a map from GPU name, can be whatever, and they just list tolerations and node selectors, whatever is needed for their platform. And then people can select these names in the task decorator that have been configured on the platform side. I think if that works on all cloud providers, then that would be really good UX. But I can only confirm that it will work on GCP this way. But that's what we're already doing internally. We have something very similar. So it would be cool if people that are familiar with AWS and Azure, etc., they can confirm that it works like that there too.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, takes a village to make it happen. Thank you, Fabio. All right. Next up, open mic, Monorepo. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. Eduardo.
Well, before you go, I'm going to update the ticket today with the example.
I already listed you. All right. Yes. Thank you. But yeah, Monorepo. Let's talk about this. I've been chipping away at this problem for a little bit, and this PR it basically does a lot of stuff. It's a really long PR. There are like a bunch of stacked PRs on this. I try to explain what this thing's doing. I don't think reviewing this PR is going to be the most trivial thing. Like GitHub has problem even loading this. So suffice it to say, the idea is that we're gonna move, at least in this initial phase of the Monorepo, all the backend components to the Flyte repo. This will take into consideration, the permissions. David, I know that you did some work to set up the permissions in each repo. Like we're gonna have to translate that into owners files in the Monorepo, but like the translation is one-to-one. It works the same way or very similarly. I'm going to provide a script to help people who have pending PRs to move to the Monorepo. And my expectation is that in 2 weeks' time, we mark the components as read-only, and we move to the Monorepo. So like changes to Flyte propeller, plugins, StudioLib admin, data catalog, all the backend stuff will happen now in the Monorepo. It should be mostly a transparent change. Like I don't expect any change in the regular like dev workflow. You go to the imagine you were working on propeller. Like now you be able to just check out the Flyte repo, go to the Flyte propeller subdirectory, and just like do your usual thing. Nothing really changes. That's expectation. So we're gonna get there pretty soon, okay? And we are in discussions to move even more, to move other repos to the Monorepo, but that is still TBD. So for now, we're gonna stabilize the backend, make sure that we can release using the Monorepo. So I hope that the next Flyte release, the 110, will already happen through the Monorepo. And yeah, any questions? Are people unhappy with us moving to the Monorepo? Amazing. So yeah, one action item. I'll provide the script. Should be pretty simple, and yeah, Monorepo-ize Flyte.
Awesome. Thank you, Eduardo. Yeah, I know you already mentioned this, but I'm curious if someone is assigned as a reviewer, how to review a PR like this, and what is the expectation there on reviews?
Yeah. So yesterday I had I had a guided review with a bunch of people here at the Union.
Yeah.
E was there, Hatham, Kevin, Jeeves is also here. So I do not expect anyone from the community really to review this. Really, my plan is to get this in, provide the support, scripts and tooling, and just have an announcement, that like, hey, if you have any pending PRs in any component, run the script. This is gonna move your PR to the Flyte repo, and you pick up the work exactly where you were, where you stopped.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. Any question? No. Cool. Cool. Thank you, Eduardo.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah, Kevin has a question. What's up?
So when should we start opening pull requests to Flyte repo?
So
After this PR merge?
after this PR is merged, we're gonna have this time where I think the TLDR, the answer for your question really is after we do the 110 release. Up to this point, I was manually like choosing which git shell of each component was being taken, but let's make this official. After the 110 release, like I expect that PRs will have to be open in the Flyte repo.
And we'll mark the existing repo as read-only, right?
And yeah, we'll mark yeah. In the script, it will keep working. Like if you had like a PR that was open for like a few months and you wanted to move to the Flyte repo, like the script's still going to work, barring some conflicts. But that's a separate issue. Any more questions?
Cool. Thank you, Eduardo. All right. Next up, the proxy integration PR. Yes, Fabio.
We talked about it a bunch last time. He and Haitham have reviewed it in the meantime and also approved the one in FlyteKit. And on the weekend, I implemented the same for flight control. I need to tidy it up a bit. But then I'll open a PR for that, and then from my side, it's done. Will we release a beta or something that we can test a bit, or how will we do this?
I think we'll need to do as much. We have at least GCP and AWS, regular GCP, not IAP. So we'll just test through all the flows that we can, and ask some other community members as well.
Which flows can you test?
Just to make sure that the existing flows continue to work, just as a sanity check. For like the components that are affected. So not, I guess mainly just Flyte Cuddle and FlyteKit.
Okay, sounds good. Opinion that we are done.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time reviewing this. The big one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Right. Anything else? There's anything else on the agenda, but any other comment, question? No. Okay, so yeah, we can call it early. Thank you all for joining, and yeah, hope to see you in the next one.
All right. Thank you.
Good day. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.